Altis wasn't always like this. It was calm, peaceful even.
It was rough around the edges, sure, but it was ours.
Then it all happened so fast. Hit after hit, blow after blow.
The plagues, the war, the international enforced blockade.
Overnight, new states were born, and their exports, turmoil.
Too many problems. So little time. No solutions, no hope.
Things piled up quick, including the wounded and the dead.
People turned, fast, no outside help, condemned to die.
Civil war was here. Some denied it, others embraced it.
But whatever you call it, it was an end, and a beginning.
This is where the story starts.
Getting the short end, Admiral Jackson had nothing but the wits and their ships. They held Kavala and the surrounding area. They dug in hard. Kavala held. So did the navy, but it was rough. Under siege by the army since day one, they had less tanks, less aircraft, less men, and less modern equipment. But what did they have? The largest guns on Altis. They held because they had to, and by God, they are not in the business of giving up that easy.
You might want to ask how the army got their shit together so quickly. Well, thank Colonel Status Stonewall Gregoras, the man who wanted to be the new Arcateros, except he didn't have the respect of the Navy and the Air Force. Whatever you want to say, though, he had the manpower, he had the logistics, he had the armor, and hell, he was the highest-ranking army personnel left. They followed him in. Hey, if he protects your family, provides power, and, well, what limited healthcare exists anyway, you might as well just ignore that the island's falling apart around you.
Air power was everything in modern war. That's what most people think. But the Air Force just won it out after the Army and Navy refused to follow the highest ranked military person alive after the FAA strike. So they planned. The fastest evacuation ever. The last surviving Air Force colonel was on Stratus, Colonel Marinos Spector Santaris, and he decided bring all the equipment and people you can carry over here. It's safe. Over there, we will bleed manpower faster than any faction. It works, but it's no permanent plan, and everyone here knows it. For now, they sit and wait like tigers, lurking for their prey.
Nobody expects an outside player on an island under lockdown, but the syndicate saw an opportunity and struck. Attacking from the north they came, and they took, and under the orders of Solomon to make sure that this new prospect doesn't go bad, Solomon sent a trusted leader, Dario Viper Moretti, a man as deadly as he is cunning. He's here to make sure the syndicate get a significant portion of this island, and they have the supply coming in from the outside. This makes him non-reliant on factories and other things already on the island, and it terrifies those who fight them. I wouldn't want to be the one on the wrong side of this front, but make them an ally? And you need to deal with smuggler politics, and they answer to no one but themselves.
It wouldn't be desperation if one group of people didn't blame another, and the nationalists blame all those not from Altis. A mishmash of different ideals, the Iron Front decided when they were formed that it was everyone else's fault but their own, and everyone else, well, they'd pay for it. They don't take kindly to those who don't align with them. There are rumors swirling that they signed a deal with the syndicate, but that wouldn't make any sense. Surely self-proclaimed General Ionis Ironfang wouldn't just up and forget what his faction was set to be fighting for. But then again, war makes for interesting allies.
Out of everyone on the island, if you ask me who I would align with, the homefront was last on the list. But if you ask me which soldier I would want at my back, top of that list. Backed into the mountains, nothing but enemies on all sides who want them gone. Everyone in the home front shouted together, "We will not go!" Every inch of those mountains are crawling with home front forces, and if you want them, we need to dislodge them. And on three fronts against the syndicate, the Iron Front and the army, they hold. They have not stepped back. They have no tanks, no armored forces, barely any armed helicopters. Some would say it's a miracle. Others, they say it's a grim determination for their cause.
You might think that this is pre-war, but it's not. This is the Southern Peninsula. The commune is self-reliant, they make their own weapons, and they make their own clothes and food. They turned that peninsula into something the altis government wishes they had pre-fall. But good luck getting them gone. They want their slice of paradise, even if they have to kill others for it. And trust me, you're in for a guerrilla war if you decide you want their fortified mountainous woodland peninsula.
You would be hard-pressed to find a faction in a decent position like the royalists. British nationalist. Calls himself Lord Commander Edward Lioncrest Mallory. Wants to put the island back under the British flag and end the world's enforced isolation. The Brits, who craved world recognition, were ecstatic at the idea. Some hope they win. They have outside medicine and minor British backing. If you ask me, they are in the best position long term, especially if they become fully recognised and backed by the Brits, and then no one on the island will be able to stop them.
In the first years of Altis, there was a group that was quickly crushed. They were an offshoot of the Tura. No one knows how they got there or why they decided it was worth it. All that is known is that they are back, and they have more recruits than ever. And this time, they're here to stay and kill. The idea is dragging those who are tired and desperate, and with no end of the war in sight, more and more who just need a place to go fall into the trap of extremism.
In the early days, people decided they were better off to be in charge instead of any of the army, the uprisings across many major settlements, but none were quite as successful as the Pyrgos. They stole the military base, thanks to military personnel that defected. They got a decent stock of Cold War equipment, and they are one of the most populated factions. Their militia charge was little fear in their hearts. Their shock troops are nearly on par with the AAF regulars. This faction is not to be looked down on. Their current limiting factor is lack of access. They have 3 fronts, and they have decided it might be prudent to finish off one of their fronts as fast as possible.
Then there's us. We few. We happy few. We are all that remains. NATO airstrikes crippled us, scattered us, and left us alone. Our backs are to the sea, and our supplies are long gone. Most of us lie face down in the dirt, our blood soaking into the soils of our homeland. Morale hangs by a thread. Ammo's down to the last few magazines. There's no fuel, no aircrafts, no armour, and no one coming to help. Just a handful of rifles and a dream of a better tomorrow. We've been in worse positions, that much is for certain, and we've prevailed each and every bloody time. We are the FIA. We may have been beaten down. We may be seen as international villains, lorded over by the many. But this island is our home. It is our right, and it is our legacy. By death or by freedom, the FIA will end this.
So ask yourselves, who will save Altis from the fires of all-out war? Or maybe that is the wrong question. Maybe the real question is who is willing to throw themselves into the fire of liberty and freedom for the hope of a better tomorrow.